Hey, and welcome to Tip Tuesday. And listen, we are still in our identity and self discovery series. And today I want to do something a little different. We are not just talking about identity today, we're going to do some actual real work today, okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm giving you 5 journaling prompts that are going to help you rediscover who you actually are underneath all the noise, all the roles, and all the expectations everybody else has put on you. Now, before anyone panics, I know some of you all just heard the word journaling and immediately start looking for that button that closes out the tab. But I want you to stay with me. You do not have to be a writer. You do not have to have a cute little notebook with a matching pen. Although I'm not going to stop you if you decide to do that, okay? You just need somewhere to put your thoughts and a little bit of honesty. That's it, y'all. Here is why this matters. A lot of us are so busy being everything to everyone else that we lose track of ourselves, somewhere in the middle of all of it. We wake up one day and we realize we do not actually know what we like anymore. Not what our children like, not what our partners like, not what our job requires, what we like, what lights us up, what we actually believe, who we actually are when nobody else is watching, or when nobody else needs anything from us, right? Journaling, though, is one of the most powerful tools for getting back to that, right? Research shows us that expressive writing reduces anxiety, it increases self awareness, and helps people process experiences in a way that moves them forward instead of keeping them stuck. But also, the Word of God in Lamentation tells us to examine our ways and test them. There is something deeply biblical about sitting down and doing an honest examination of your own heart. So grab something to write with and let's get it, y'all. Let's go. Okay, prompt number 1. What I want you to write about here is what part of your identity feels most alive right now and what part feels like it's in transition. Now, I want you to sit with both sides of that question, right? Not just the good stuff, the part that is thriving, the part that feels like, yes, this is me. But I also want you to but also the parts that feel uncertain, right? I want you to sit with those parts that are uncertain, the part that is shifting and you are not quite sure where it is going yet. Maybe you are stepping into a new season and the old version of you does not quite fit anymore. Maybe something happened that made you question things you thought were settled. Write all of it down, the alive parts and the in between parts. Both are telling you something important, okay? Now, for prompt number 2, who or what has shaped how you see yourself? And was that influence positive or did it shrink you? This one requires some real honesty, right? Think about the people, the experiences, the environments that formed how you see yourself. Maybe a parent, a teacher, a relationship, a church, a community, a season of failure, or a season of success. How did those things shape you, and in what direction did they expand you? Or did they make you smaller? Did they tell you the truth about who you are, or did they hand you a story that was never really yours? Write all that down, y'all. The good shapers and the ones that did some damage. Okay, cannot heal what you will not name. Okay? Now, prompt number 3. When do I feel most like myself and why? This one is less about the wounds and more about the wins. When do you feel fully alive? When do you feel like you are operating in your element? Like This is exactly where I am supposed to be, doing exactly what I am supposed to be doing. It is when you are creating something, teaching, connecting with people, being alone in the quiet. Write it down and pay attention to that pattern. Okay? That pattern is telling you something important about who you actually are. All right? And prop number 4, y'all. What would you do if nobody else was watching and nobody had an opinion about it? This one cuts right into the noise. A lot of us are not actually living our lives, we are managing other people's perceptions of our lives. So if the audience disappeared tomorrow, if nobody could comment, nobody could judge, nobody could weigh in, what would you do? How would you show up? What would you pursue? Write that down and then ask yourself the harder question. What is actually stopping you from doing it right now? Okay? And here we go. Prompt number 5. What does God say about me? And if I am being honest, do I actually believe it? I saved this one for last because I think it is the foundation. The foundation everything else has to be built on. We can do all the self-discovery work in the world, but if we are not anchoring our identity in what God says, we are just building on shifting sand, right? So I want you to write it out. What does God actually say about you? You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are chosen. You are loved. You are called. You have a purpose that existed before anybody had an opinion about you. Now, the real question, do you actually believe it? Not just in your head, in your bones. I want you to write honestly. Nobody has to see this but you and God. Okay, y'all, that's all I have for today. Pick one and start there. You do not have to have all 5 done today. Just start with the one that made you feel the most uncomfortable when you read it, because that is probably the one you need the most. All right, go ahead, drop something in the comments, even if it's just, I tried one, and this is what it did for me today, okay? I will be down there reading every single one, y'all. I will see you when you choose to return. Peace.